Well, today I'm finishing up the landing gear. As you can see, I got it cut off the bench. It's in one piece. Uh, Not a big deal. I mean, 8 days. This is the eighth day. 7 days it was off the bench. Now it's just a matter of tinkering. It's got to build some tips. I don't know what we'll get to today, but we'll do some stuff. So I already have a door cut for this one. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for that one, for this door here. We're going up and down here. What do we got going on? Where is that? This was half, wasn't it? No, it was 3/8. Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll put the 16th on it. It'll be fine. Let's see, where's that half? I don't know what I did with it. That's 3/8. That's 3/8. There's half. We can cut a door out of half for that side. So I want to make them pretty close to the same size so it looks symmetrical. I soldered the push rod in this morning. So we're going to cut a door here. I guess I could do this. Just cut it straight across. Not as light as I'd like, but it is what it is. I mean, you can't build light airplanes with heavy wood. How about died there? Yeah. The airplane is 20 ounces right now, so I don't know where we're going to be when finished. What happened to that piece? I guess this was it. Yeah. So I'm online. What's up? Okay, let me have it. Ooh, junk mail. Thank you. Junk mail. I don't need a business gold card. Hang on a second, guys. I gotta look at the mail here, see what we got. Ordered bearings for the 46 last night, and the 60. I think somebody's wanting to give me some more money. It's a check for $5,000. 27,000. Nope. Nope. Got one over there for 6,000, but I don't want that either, man. Remember these offers you get in the mail? If you drop them in, you're sunk. Terrible. You are sunk. Wish they quit sending me that crap. Just like they want to buy the house. Okay. All right. So we want to do what here? I want to add this piece. Total junk mail. Now this balsa piece is not what holds the door on, holds the gear in. A piece of plywood goes down there before. You know, I'm sure that some of you guys have done this type setup before, but I make stuff and make it close before I go on to the next step. That's close enough. Yeah, we're close enough. So I need to cut a 16th inch piece of plywood. Yep, that'll be up enough, far enough. Now we need a piece to go across here. I guess I better check my email to see if that guy wants me to send those VIPER plans to him. A little too tight. There it is. So we need a 1/2 inch piece to go in here and a 3/8 piece to go over there. We're going to have to add an 1/8 to that side. It was just a little off, so we'll make it right by adding a piece. Okay. That's too much. Too much. So that and Well, that's a 3/8 piece. I need a half. Crap. What happened to that half-inch piece? There it is. So I'll cut it this way. This is not going to be real instructional because I'm prototyping this thing and I'm figuring it out as I go. So it's a little tricky. Let's see, we need to cut it. We need to cut it how long? It'll fit in there. That'll leave me enough for 2 if I do it that way. I'll catch a falling knife. Cut on my foot. Yeah. Shit. I had a phone call last night. Somebody said, I can't believe that you sand that stuff in your hand and it fits. Yeah, well. So we need to angle this, cut it this way, do it that way, and I've only done it a million times. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now we'll mark it with this. Need 2 pieces the same. So we need to sand that straight. You guys sleeping today? So we need a 3/8 that size right there, and then cut that door down. Everybody's sleeping. Let's see, how's that gonna work? I gotta go. Shit. Yep, it's 3/8 on that side. That's good. Okay. So we need one just like this in 3/8. Oh, crap. Yeah, that'll work. Except this is the length for across here. Dang. So cut it out of this, maybe. Yeah. Good morning, Marcel. Two sets of plans have been sold. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys' rendition of my Viper. And you will like it if you keep it light. Okay. So this one goes in here. This one this one goes here. So in order to cut down on some of the sanding, let's cut some of this off. Cut some of that off. I want to leave enough on there I can sand though, so I'll cut it up an 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. Sanding's good. And this one gets cut up 1/8 of an inch from that mark. Yep, I'm building it for profile stunt. Okay, that's that. Now let's see how this is not going to fit. So we're going to add a piece of quarter on that side. Eight. Let's see here. I'd like for them to be close to the same size. That ain't it. I have to cut out a piece of half. Okay, this is too long here. We need to make it like so. This shit. This goes in this way. There it is. Okay, we can wick the glue in there. Except I cut the damn thing too short. Shit. No. Make a new one. We're not going to cut it at all this time. We're just going to glue it in and then cut it off. Glue it in and then cut her off. Goes on like that. What the hell? Those are the right angles. It's just too short. Shit. So this is the back. This is the front. We ain't screwing around this time. This is the back. Little too long. Let's see, where's my scale? Inch and a 16th. Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. Let me go to the other camera so you can see what I'm doing. I'm lining this thing. It glues the plate to the ribs. I know this is not how Bob did his. He did his with false, plywood ribs up front. My airplane is, this plate is glued to the spar and glued to the leading edge, and then the plate is made for the gear to sit in, and then we're gluing all these extra bracing pieces to the ribs. As long as you don't hit the ground at 100 miles an hour and hit a pothole, these gears are going to be fine. Okay, so now I want to put in some ribs. Fit some ribs. First I'm gonna level it off because I don't want to. It's a little twisted right there. I'll move that over. There we go. It'll be fine. I'm thinking about covering this one with polyspan. For the simple fact it's going to fly in the grass and so on and so forth. Something that I can beat around. That, and I have a roll of it that I won't be using on anything else. So we'll get it down close and then switch over to 180. This floor is light ply. Hello, go for it. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, hi, hi. So we've already shaped this leading edge close. We only need to work on. Hey, Ronald. I need to mail. If you guys are interested in this profile, you gotta let me know because I need to mail off the drawing to Steve. And I'd rather you built the regular Viper. Thank you. Took a lot of figuring to make a profile I-beamer. Okay, let's put in some ribs. It's close enough now. All right, so we need to. There goes right there. And we need to cut a rib for that. There's the knife. theoretically, you could just put in straight pieces of wood and sand it to shape. Thank you. I'm definitely old. I don't know about a pro, but I'm definitely old. Definitely old. Yeah. Now, this is a better rib here. I think we'll use this one instead. Well, if you weren't 75, you wouldn't be doing this stuff. Uh, there is no young guys doing this stuff. That's a shame too. Thing that irks me the most is them doing away with shop class. Nobody knows nothing. Can't read a tape measure. There we go. Now, how the hell did that happen? 2 swipes of the sandpaper and it's too short. Okay, you want to play like that? We're going to do something else. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It doesn't, I don't need to cut that rib in there. And what do you have to show for it after you punch it in the computer? Nothing. We're going to do this another way. We are going to take this stick of wood right here. Let's get it one that's up. We're going to take this stick of wood right here. I'm not even going to bother with that. We're going to take this stick and we're going to cut this and fit it in there and sand it to shape. Yeah, 3D modeling's cool, but what do you got to show for it? Zip, nothing. It's right there. Yeah, when you're all done, you got nothing to show. Yeah, Steve there is the guy who did my CAD plans for this. I'll tell you what, not to take anything away from Steve, because I'm sure that if he was working on it full time, he could do them fast. But I can draw a set of plans to look like a set of plans for this in less than an hour with a pencil and a ruler, a working set of plans. Of course, in my case, I don't even need a set of plans. I just draw it on a napkin and go, yep, that's good enough. Not to take nothing away from you, Steve. I agree. So that's what we're going to do right there. We're going to, now I need to notch that on the end. This is probably better anyway. Actually cut backwards. What the hell? So we need to make this go this way. There it is. There it is. I need to move it down a little bit. The other side wasn't done like this, but I'm not gonna, it doesn't show, so it doesn't matter. I mean, this probably would stiffen things up because it's glued to the plywood floor there. But I want to make sure it's straight. Close enough. Okay, so now, as long as I don't cut it too short, we're in great shape. It says that it's straight, but it looks crooked. What the hell's the deal? It's close enough. Yeah, troubleshoot. Yeah, just, and don't think about it. The more, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. The more I think about it, the more complicated it becomes. If I just grab it and do it, it's fixed and you don't have to worry about it. But if I got to think about it, it becomes way too complicated. So I need to take a 16th off of that. Okay. Let's make marks on this so it's straight. Ah, bitch. That looks good right there. Well, except it doesn't have a little notch in it. Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, I better put that notch in it. We want it to end right there. Right there. Let's put that notch in it. There it is. Is that straight? That one don't look straight. I don't know what the deal is. I guess I can move it over. Yeah, don't worry about it. That was a whole lot easier than trying to. Let's go. Yeah, that was a whole lot easier than trying to cut and fit one in there. Just stand to shape. Boy, I hate this. I'm smelling that soldering flux. I soldered that bell crank this morning. Yeah, it smells like crap. I hate it. Let's see, which side did I say? Soldered it on? This side. We'll glue this one. We'll glue this on here shortly. Okay, that's that. Just the profile. That's a 3/8. We need a half. Yes, we need a half. Well, of course, not really, because I need that 16th piece on there. So we're going to add an 1/8 on this side to make them closer. Add an 1/8. They're the same width, so that's good. Okay, we got this piece. Just too small. We need this. Let's see here. We need this piece right here. We'll get it. I'll cut it to the right size. Oh, wait a minute, I had it right here. What am I doing? I got it right here. I just need to cut it to size. Cut her to size. That looks pretty square. There it is. There it is. Now you probably wonder, how am I going to get them holes in there? Well, I'll show you that too. Not a big deal. Phew, that flux stinks. Of course, that don't matter because I got to put 16th at the bottom. Be doing that again anyway. But now, disappeared. That's a tight fit. Okay, now on this side, I want to add an 1/8 because I screwed up. And they're two different lengths. It's still going to be two different lengths, but it'll be closer. can see it, but I can't feel it. What's the deal? Let's go ahead and Jim who? I don't know who Jim is. These are the tank mount bolts. The tank will be able to I'll make a fixture so it can slide up and down, so I don't have to worry about shimming or any of that other nonsense. It'll be a light ply piece with slots in it, and then the tank will zip tie to that, and you just, if it's running too lean, or just slide it up and down. 2 extra 440 bolts in the nose. That holds the tank on. That's pretty clean setup. I'm going to have to figure out how to get this over to the belt sander when I put the cheek cowl on it, because I'm going to put a nose ring in it, and I'm going to machine this top half down, and I don't want to be sanding with a block on 1/8" plywood cross grain. So I'll get it over to the belt sander. I won't show that on camera because it's going to be a nightmare. I'll just go and sand it round. Might even bring the belt sander over here. If I do that, I'll do it on camera. See, there's the wedge I put in the push rod and got it hot. So let's glue that top piece on. Boy, time goes quick. I didn't think I was on an hour already. We'll stay on 2 hours, and then you want 2 40s for your LA heat. You talking about John? John has many planes. John has the same problem I have, no room. Okay, what are we going to do here? Okay, we got the hardener up there. John has lots of planes. I just talked to him this morning, and we talk 2-3 times a week. He just got us our room for the gnats. I said, man, you better get it before they fill up. Remember I talked about how this is all keyed and locked together? This helps hold the spar in plus the bell crank. This rib here. Now we'll white glue that here. Come on now. I ain't got a whole lot of time to screw around. Well, maybe it ain't going to get white glued on. The thing is plugged. Damn. Damn. Come on, got to make haste. There we go. Make haste. There we go. Coming out like gangbusters. Oh, damn, wrong one. Shit. Yeah, we won't worry about that. We'll wipe it up later. This is the one right here. See, I make mistakes. But not a problem. It'll be fine. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, we need to get this wiped off so that when I'm ready to do this one, I don't have a whole lot of extra glue. Double glue. It'll be fine. Yeah, I make lots of mistakes. Somebody said something about the difference between a craftsman and an amateur is knowing how to fix the mistakes. I believe it. Ah, shoot. Snap that rib. Just snap that rib. You know what? We're just going to change it out. It's already broke loose. Okay. We'll just change her out. Not a problem. Okay, so we got this rib. We didn't cut that one. Yeah. So it doesn't move. I'm going to CA it too. It's epoxy to the spar, white glued on the leading and trailing edges, and white glued to the fuselage. But we're going to go ahead and wick some CA down it to hold it while it dries. So by the time I put the cheek cowl and the super fill in this thing, this will be locked up, man, tight. Peanuts. Got to get the trash out today. It smells. It's stinking. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? We want to cut that rib tail and sand it in. Cut the rib tail. I want to take that off though first. Got a bit of glue right here. That should be fine. In the notch. I'm putting a 6-ounce clunk tank on it. We're going to be running a Brian Gardner Super Tiger 46. It's put together by me, but Brian Gardner made the liner, or whoever made the liner. I got the bearings coming for it, so I'll be doing that here shortly. Well, this don't have enough turn end. I think I cut that off. But we got another one right here. We got a lot of mold. When you're cutting your ribs, make sure you cut extra for simple shit like this. Okay. Okay, we got it. See, that even looks better. Straighter. Much more better. Super Tiger 46. You know what? I think I need a new piece of sandpaper on this. This doesn't act right. It doesn't act right. So get some 180. Okay, where's the knife? That is nice about having I-beam wings. If you break a wing or break a rib, let's say that you break a rib after it's covered. You just cut a couple bays open, put in a new rib, lightly sand, recover, paint, and you're good to go. We'll use this piece of paper on a popsicle stick. I don't have a small stick. Now we got a small stick. After this airplane, until my new load of wood comes, we're going to make some tanks, bell cranks, spinners, landing gear. I'm going to do some molding stuff. I need to get a bunch of parts ready for the Nats and the Worlds that I can sell. We need to get them sticks on the back of this wing. The ribs here, they're too flimsy. It's going to be tough. Get there. I'll have to wait for that to dry so I can sand that right there. This right here, sand it out pretty good. The leading edge. Well, let's make some tips, I guess. I'm gonna go over the pile of wood and see what I got. I don't have much left now. That's why I'm waiting on a new load. That's why this airplane's probably 3 or 4 ounces heavier than it needs to be. But it'll be fine. It's just a profile. Need to solder a horn today. Need to see if I get the file off the laser cutters to see if I can get some more horn blanks cut. That's looking pretty good. Pretty good. What I'm doing here is there's a pen line on this thing. I'm just sanding it round down to the pen line to get it off. I already had it straight because the pen line was drawn with a ruler and sanded to both sides, and now I'm just blunting off the pen line, blending it together, top and bottom. That's perfect. Yeah. Man, that's nice. That turned out good. Practicing up, getting my skills back. I lost 6 years worth of skills living in Dayton. Yeah, come on, a couple more swipes. There we go. One voodoo leading edge. Straight as an arrow. Now we need to block out the trailing edge here. It's got a slight bow right here. Can't have that. It makes the flaps work goofy. That one on that side straight. I think we'll put a little brace here. Shit, no glue came out. Did that time, no. Did that time. Okay. So how much do we got to go? It looks like about a 30-second. Let's look at that. What? That turned out real nice. It's got I'm looking down the plane, all the ribs, and they're all in the same plane. Can't bitch about that. We need to get those little sticks in there too. So we need to mark them off. There's one there that needs a stick. Needs a stick there. How does an arrow go in circles? I don't know. Maybe a little stick right there. I try to make the tails touch. And if they don't touch, you just add a little tiny stick between the two ribs. That way the rib becomes one piece instead of top and bottom, it becomes one. Try to keep this down to a dull roll. You want to add extra parts. But you do want longevity, so make sure that you do it. That stiffened it up real good. There's another one that needs it. We can just slide that one in there. It's more like it. Cut it off. Perfect. One there. I'm not going to sew the ribs on this airplane because the wing is so small. Well, it's not worth it. Not only that, I don't have any thread, so we'll just forego it. I bought some thread, but it's not the same stuff that I wanted. They sent me an ad, Amazon did, for tripwire Kevlar. And that stuff looks more like what I had. Tripwire Kevlar. Cut half of that off there. Cut half of this off. Yeah. Half of this off. There we go. Okay, we're all good on that. So let's, oh, we want to sand this up. Got distracted. Now we need the long bar. Pretty close. Pretty close. Long bar, where are you? No, that's the wrong long bar. That is, there it is, underneath that wood over there. Yeah, pretty close, pretty close. So this is outboard. How you can tell whether your trailing edge is straight or not, it's with the flap. Pretty close. Still needs to go some more though. There, coming in. Some more. Oh, we're going to run a different type hinge line on this airplane. We're going to run plastic hinge line rolled over on both sides. Even though I'm running my hinges, we're going to run a plastic hinge line. For the simple fact, this trailing edge is not thick enough for a concave hinge line, for a pocket hinge. It's only 3/8. It needs to be half. That's pretty damn close. So what do we got here? We need a block there, there, and there. That's pretty bueno. A couple more swipes on it, I suppose. And before I roll it over, I'm going to drill the holes. For the hinges. And then I'll roll it over. Damn, still not great. I think that's close enough. Turn it over and look at it from the other side. I think them thing's gonna fall out. Oh, the only problem. Let's sand that one and then tape them. They don't fall out. Oh, I need to fix that too. I need a piece of 1/8. Need to cut this off by an 1/8 and move it over. Let's use a piece of 3/16. That'll be better. Find a piece. Got to be a scrap here somewhere. Let me get a drink of water. See a piece of 1/4. 3/16 right here. Just deep enough? Yes. Make it out of that. Take a berry. We got 16 watchers. What are you guys doing? Sleeping? Make sure to get them super chats in. We're starting a new month again. Like a never-ending battle. I know times are tough. Never-ending battle. I don't know about a pro, but I built a few of them. Built a few. Gotta go back this way. Nope. Gonna have to go back. There it is. There it is. Yeah, I know he does. I know he does. You're waiting for good wood. Me too. In case you guys didn't know, Viper plans are ready. All you got to do is send me $40 via PayPal and put in the comment section plans, and I'll send them off to you. Rico's videos, the first set of plans sold. This is a good distraction from the political show of, yeah, corrupts. Yeah. Pretty soon I'm going to have to start speaking out, though, so you guys wake up, because there are a lot of people that are sleepwalking still. We're about ready to lose our country. So how much we got to go? About that much. The only bad thing is to get my channel shut down. And then where will we be? Well, I don't believe the non-vets are going to allow it to happen. They didn't pull this crap when my dad was alive. World War II, guys. Korean guys are too old. A lot of the non-vets are too old, but I'm from that era and I'm still good shape. Yeah, that's much more better. Much more better. Okay, so now I need to sand that, and then we'll tape them, flip it over, and see what we got. And the thing is, the Army, like most armies, will take out their own. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. I know, I know my friends are talking about what's going on, my other type friends. I tell you what, you start infringing on the motorcycle club's right to ride their motorcycles, shit's going to hit the fan. Little high right there. I see. Little high right there. We got to get that rounded off. Perfect. Candling. Well, I know of what I speak. Trust me. Most of the airplane guys are way too old. Yes, I will be shaping the fuselage. I got to get the before I get into that, I got to get the turtle deck glued on. the controls set, the wingtip's done. I'll probably do that last, because I'm going to have to take this on the belt sander and grind away these 1/8-inch aircraft plywood doublers on the belt sander. If I'd have been smart, I'd have done that before I put the wing in it. I can always go get my handheld belt sander out of the garage and have Steve hold it while I put the business to it. Frank, I see that you built a green box Nobler on your channel. You got quite a few views on that. Okay, it doesn't much matter here because I've got to put the plywood underneath there anyway. So that'll raise the door up and this will have to be shaped again. Yeah, but it's not finished yet. That's like a 2-week build. I scratch built the Nobler on my channel somewhere. Okay, so now let's round off the leading edge on this side, and then we'll flip it over and work on the top. I'll work on getting the controls in. Oh, you watched it? Yeah. Got a flat right there. Not good. Let me get a new piece at 180 to get through it. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we'll try to show it. How you do these leading edge forming. Wait a minute, I was on the right one. Got to do that. And we'll bring it in some more. There we are. Let's bring this down. Okay, now you're going to watch the candle on this. You see I've sanded to that ink line from the top and from the bottom. And if you look at that one over there, see how nice that turned out? Got a little bit right here. What I'm looking at is the candle. So in order to get that out, you just I'll go over these several times before covering. Boy, that stuff, soldering flux stinks. Come on. Shape. There we go. That's better. Okay, now we're going to work on this side. Shit. I'm going to need to tighten that puppy up. Okay. So I'm taking the paper so that it makes a dent in it like that. run it along the leading edge. Some guys make a foam fixture. Some guys use a contour sander. I just use my God-given sander, my hand, my fingers. And watch the light. You can see, remember, I always talk about you can hear when it comes in and you can see it and hear it. Hear, see, and when it comes in. You got to use all your senses to get it to come in. See, that's pretty close, but the pen line is still on there, and you want to fan that pen line off. And once it's gone, you look at the shadows. I need to get it down a little bit better. There we go. Need to tighten that head up on the camera. There we go. And leading edge is a very important part of a wing. I mean, you can really screw up an airplane by standing the leading edge wrong. So, let me zoom out a little bit. I'm zooming in too close. You can't see what I'm doing. But I wanted to make that point about the pen line and how to hold this paper in your hand so that it's curved. You're getting the whole thing on there. We're going to need a new piece. It's got dust on it. It won't stick. Got to stick. It has to stick. There we go. Watching the shadow. I'll do it from the top too to make sure that the top is at the shadow, right? That turned out good. Turned out good. Everybody says that the profile would be easier than the built up. I ain't buying that. Of course, if the plans are made available, I have done all the thinking, all the laying out so that it might be. I don't know. I was you, I'd build the original first. Okay. Could have took a little bit more out of that, but whatever. Okay, we need to zoom out some more. Actually, we can go to the other camera. Zoom this out. I'll go to this one. There we are. So I need to glue in my sticks. Let's check. Still could use a little more on the clearing edge. Get her straight. Okie dokie, let's glue the top rib in now. Make sure it's on the treadmill, I guess, whatever that means. Yeah. Still feels good. Check it one more time. Hey, this is pretty cool. I can watch a push up from this side. Yeah. That's level. That's down. That's up. It'll be fine. What the hell happened here? Why they got a twist on it? We need to twist that puppy. Take this out so I don't break it. Oh, that's a secret, Frank. It's real simple. Poke a hole in the silk span and put it through and lay it down. And after it's dry, cut out the slot. Boy, it's a gloomy day out today. Really gloomy. Can't believe it. This thing is. It's a gloomy day today. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Still up. Oh, there it is. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So let's test it out. I still need to bush that horn yet, but well, you got to remember, I don't build things that don't hold. That's in maple. The bell crank's in maple, glued to the spar. The spar's glued to the ribs. The ribs are glued to the fuselage. That thing is on there. I can drag the pull test machine and the man and all the weight and the man standing on it 10 or 15 feet with my models until the lines break. My airplane ain't going to break. And if you don't believe me, ask John, because I did it at the Nats one year. I got mad at the pull test guy. You know, my models are light, so I only usually run about 32 to 35 pounds. And they kept loading the weight on the scale, loading. And he was standing on the scale, and I said, okay, fine. And I just jerked it. I jerked the machine, all the weight, and the guy standing on it 10 feet. Scared the crap out of him. I am not ever afraid to pull my airplanes. Never. You got to remember, point of tether is a 1 3/4 inch piece of 1/8 inch piano wire. So there's no leverage on that. As long as the mount is solid, there is no way that you could bend that wire. Zero chance to bend that wire, not by hand. You might through some type of inertia or impact or whatever be able to bend that wire, but there's no guy alive, strongest man in the world, couldn't bend an 1 3/4 inch piece of wire. No way. You have to have some type of leverage, mechanical, some way to hold it. There's no way. And then you only got 15 thousandths music wire between your hand and that 1 inch piece of the music wire will bust first. So I have no worries. Okay, we need to make our marks for my sticks that go in there. So how I did it on that side was I just put a piece of 4-inch balsa up there. Got a pen. Of course, I used a square on that side. I can't do it on this side, so I'm going to have to eyeball it. Make a mark on the ribs. Oh, I know what I could do. I could turn it over, make a mark on the other side. That way they're in straight. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Yeah, you know what? I screwed up. Those marks go on this side. I mean, not that it matters, but I'd like to keep everything uniform. They go on the inside. I got it now. We got it cooking with gas. Cooking with gas. Get that. Okay. And you guys think I wasn't going to sand the fuselage? Are you kidding me? Okay. Are you kidding? These sticks are kind of important. Yeah, if you can build a 30-ounce nobler, they're pretty good. But the problem with the green box nobler is they all came in at 50 ounces. Scratch build ones come in at 40. Green boxers come in at 50. And they're wall bangers at 50. Okay, I got to cut some sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of them. 16 sticks. Here we go. Get my... Now, a good flying nobler, anything under 40 ounces. But I've seen them in the 30s. "16 sticks, and what do you get? Another day older and a deeper debt." We still got my stick cutting jig set up here. So we'll get some sticks cut real quick. We're gonna finish this today. We're gonna get it in one piece today. See if I cut the tips and get them on there. Get them built up. One, two, three, four. Come on now. 4, 5, 6. Ah, damn. 7. That's close enough. 8. Halfway. 9. And we're going to get it all out of 10. Need 6 more. 1, I just that. 1, 2. Maybe. 3. Yep, just enough. Four, 5, 6, yep, and just enough. That's a little short, but it should be all right. How about this one? That's way too short. I'll get the sticks in it. And I need to go back and sand those sticks a little bit. Let me tell you a story about the Nobler. I had been out of control line for a little while, playing with motorcycles. I don't know, probably a 5-year hiatus. And I had given up because of bullshit. Anyway, so I was looking on eBay, just dinking around. I go, oh man, they got. I bought an MBBS 49 because it was rear exhaust, and I ran across the Top Flight Nobler. An ARF Nobler. I said, well, let's get that. So I bought that and an FP40. The MBBS went into a legacy, but so I'm on eBay. I buy a spinner, a 2-inch true turn aluminum spinner, and FP40 and an ARF Nobler. I spent 2 evenings putting this Nobler together and took it out to Booter Park. And I flew it 3 flights. I said, this is crap. I got to go back and I got to start building again. So then I called SIG and I ordered a shit pile of wood and I started building again on that table where the airplanes are, a desk way over there. I didn't have any of this stuff going. And then I ran across Hayjack, and he was into SV11s. I go, well, okay, well, let's build SV11. So I built one of them, and it just started again from there. I mean, this is a disease that you just can't get out of your body. It's really weird. Kind of like being an alcoholic. Well, I am an alcoholic, but in recovery for 32 years. And I just started building again. I go, man, the bug got me. Let's see, are these behind or in front? They are in front of. Of course, make it difficult on me. Yeah, yeah. Have to do it left-handed, I guess. Like I say, I flew that a couple of flights. I go, man, this is crap. Got to get an airplane. I think it was from about 19. I didn't fly between. I think I gave it up in 95, and I didn't come back around until 2000. Because I drove truck in that period of time, and yeah, well, in that time period, we didn't have to have stupid mufflers. Didn't have to wear helmets. Didn't have to have seat belts. Man, there were no seat belts in cars. You could smoke in the store. I know you guys smoking. Yeah, well, they're taking away our rights. Should be able to do whatever you want to do as long as you ain't hurting nobody. Drive any car you want to drive. You might ask yourself, how important are these sticks? Very important. Don't leave them out. It goes pretty fast. I mean, yeah. I've seen them mufflers on Foxes. Strap-ons. Taytone. Anybody remember them mufflers? Taytone. Whisper quiet. Well, I'm dating myself there. They were about 69, I guess. I need to get rid of this stab off here. Keeps the ribs from smashing. Keeps the ribs from crushing. And when you sew them together, you could run an extra spar. I've seen a lot of these with a extra spar back there even, and then you don't need them. If you got a third spar in here running from tip to tip, 1/4 inch or 1/4 by half or whatever, you don't. But it's a lot of weight, a lot of extra weight. So you just put in these sticks to keep the ribs from crushing. This is a very delicate airplane. You got to treat it like a free flight airplane, and believe me, your flying buddies will end up poking a hole in it. You got to instruct your crew where to hold your airplane. And if I was you, when the engine quits, don't have anybody pick up your airplane. Have them come get the handle. Have them come get the handle, and you go pick up your airplane, because the only safe place to pick an I-beamer up is by the nose. Do not pick up the airplane by the wing. You will end up with a hole in it. I mean, can I pick them up by the wing? Yes. Do I trust others to pick it up by the wing? Absolutely not. Even the guys who I've instructed that let my airplane go, do not touch the wing. You can hold it by the nose and by the tail. You don't need to hold it by the wing. And when they let it go, tell them keep your hand open like that and just put their hand in front of the leading edge. Do not push the airplane. But you do what you want. You do you. Yep, I did it in front. Okay, good. But you'll be sorry if you don't tell your flight crew how to launch and handle the airplane. I've seen guys pick up airplanes by landing gear and all. Trailing edge is thick. It's half by half. Half by half, my friend. If I do 8 to 8, that means I need a 1/4. I think I got a piece of 1/4. 1/8 and a 1/4 is inch and an 1/8, or is 5/8. We're going to do an 1/8 plate for a tip. I got it over there. I think I do. 1/8 plate with a 1/4 inch top and bottom. So that makes it a 5/8 thick rib. I'm going to do well, there's a difference. Let me clue this and think about this, how to put it. John builds his built up wings the same way, hollowed it all out like this. Can you do it? Yes. But you're going to end up heavier than a beam wing because of all the braces you're going to have to put in it. You're still going to have these sticks in it. You're still going to have a trailing edge. I mean, it's just heavier. You got to, I use 3/4, but most people use 1 inch back here. And a cap, I mean, there's a lot of ways to do this. But this is just, it has a lot of advantages. It has a lot of advantages. Makes everything perfectly straight. That's perfectly straight and perfectly light. And the key, and I didn't do it on this airplane, is the spar. You need to go to the lumber yard and find yourself some, they'll know what it is, clear white pine, 2 by 1/4 by whatever length you can get. I bought 30 foot of it, so I can do 5 airplanes, 6 airplanes. And then you whittle that spar out the way that I showed on my other 2 videos, so that it's 1 ounce and change, you know. The spar in this airplane is not the ideal way to build a spar. Go watch my VIPER videos on the spar, and it shows you how I whittle the spar out. It's like down to nothing. I turn a 5 ounce. Shit! I turn a 5 ounce piece of hardwood into 1 ounce and change. Shit! I'm gonna have to put a new blade on it. Got a boogie on it. This is an I-beam because of, when looked at the end, it represents a capital I. So it has a cap on top and bottom. Now this beam here is a carbon balsa beam. There's no need for it. You don't need that shit. They used to make them for the 35 size airplanes out of yardsticks. And if I could get a yardstick that was 48 inches long, I'd make them out of that. And you could get those at the lumber yard for free. Last stick. Yes. Watch my I-beam video with Billy Warridge and Bob Hunt, Steve Busso, Bob Daly. Those are the engineers, the designers behind the I-beam wing. I'm just following in footsteps of the giants. I do my stuff a little different than they do, but I just, developed easier ways for me to do things. But go on my channel. No, it's not. Go on my channel and look for the I-beam video. Matter of fact, I'll post a link for you. And it's narrated by Steve Busso, produced by Bob Hunt, got Billy Warridge in it. Talks about Eppinger, Bob Daly. Those are the guys that designed this system back in the 60s. Let me look here. I'm going to search my video, go to studio. I want to go to my videos, content. I want to search across my channel, iBeam. IBEAM wing. There we go. I want to go there. We want to share this. Share. Copy. And here is paste the link. Click on that link and them guys will explain to you exactly how they do it. And they're craftsmen, you know, there's no doubt about it. I just do shit different, that's all. Looks like I might have a slight twist in this wing, but that's okay. If this is down, that'll fly up. Yeah, it's not good. We'll get it out of it. So we've been on 2 hours and 23 minutes. I think I'm going to end this program. I'm going to kind of clean up some of this stuff and cut out some tips. And we'll start cutting the parts to get the tips on it. I need to make some lead out guide blocks. So how many of you guys think you can pull that bell crank through a 1-inch rib, a plywood spar, a 1/2-inch fuselage attached by 1-inch ribs top and bottom, and the piece of piano wire is only 1 3/4 long? How many guys think you can break that or pull that out? You couldn't pull it out with a car. Well, go on my channel and search for iBeam wings. Search across my channel. It's 1 hour and 31 minutes long. You can just search all of YouTube for this right here. Somebody stole it from me, and the Walt Burnell channel, and I should be posting a copyright strike, but I'll let him slide. That was strictly given to me, not for anybody else to steal and post on their site, and it was express permission was granted to me. And I got flagged when it, I got the notice when it was put up that I want to give a copyright strike, and I didn't. Anyway, that's the name. Nah, I'm not gonna do that because I knew Walt Burnell. He's from here, and it just aggravates me. They didn't even ask; they just took it from me, and they really stole it from Bob. The one that really gets me is I get notified that I got somebody have copyrighted my videos from China, And when you go there, there's nothing on there that has anything to do with me. So I don't know. Here's the real good one. Al Rabe gave me permission to post some videos, right? So I posted the videos of Al Rabe's Bearcat, Critical Mass, his Mustang, this, that, and the other. So I post them first. Then he decides that he wants to post them. So he posts them, and I get a notification that he's got copyrighted material. I could copyright the guy who made them. Nah, we'll just let it slide. It's all good. It's just kind of aggravating at times. I go through the trouble to get permission and do all that. I got a couple other videos that I want to post, but I will copyright strike those videos. So if you're thinking about stealing any more from me, don't do it. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. I'll be back after a while, probably around 7 o'clock. We'll do another hour or so. And we'll see if we can't get this thing done. Get it close anyway. Tips. We're close now. Glue this on. Sand the rudder. There's a lot of work to do yet, but we're close. It's been around 8 days. Another 8 days won't kill it. I have to make a dowel. I don't want to go to the store and buy a dowel, so I'm going to turn a 1/2-inch dowel into a 1/4-inch dowel, and I'm going to show you how to do that. That should be interesting. I got a couple saw blades, and I got a piece of pine that I can run it through, I think. Yeah, I do. We'll get her figured out. All righty. Like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you around 7. See ya.